Influence. The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert B. Cialdini explores the psychological principles behind why people say yes and how these principles can be used to persuade others. First published in 1984, the book outlines 6 key principles of influence: reciprocation, commitment and consistency, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity, supported by research and real-world examples. Introduction. The power of influence. Cialdini introduces the concept of influence, explaining how many of our decisions are influenced unconsciously by psychological triggers. He emphasizes that understanding these influences can help individuals recognize and resist persuasion tactics. Chapter 1. Weapons of Influence. Cialdini describes weapons of influence as powerful psychological triggers that can manipulate people's behavior without their awareness. These automatic responses are activated by specific social and psychological factors. Chapter 2. Reciprocation. The principle of give and take. The principle of reciprocation suggests that people feel obligated to return favors. This is a powerful force in social interactions, and marketers often use it by offering free gifts to create a sense of indebtedness. Cialdini's example of giving a free Coke to increase donations illustrates this well. Key takeaway. People are more likely to comply with requests when they've received something, even if unsolicited. Chapter 3. Commitment and consistency. The principle of consistency. Once people commit to something, they are more likely to follow through. This principle is seen in techniques like foot in the door, where small initial commitments lead to larger ones. People desire to act in ways that align with their previous commitments to maintain a consistent self-image. Key takeaway. Commitment leads to consistent actions to preserve self-image and avoid cognitive dissonance. Chapter 4. Social proof. The principle of consensus. People tend to follow the actions of others, especially in uncertain situations. This principle of social proof explains why testimonials, reviews, and popularity cues are used in marketing to influence purchasing decisions. Key takeaway. People look to others for guidance, especially when uncertain, assuming the actions of many indicate the right course. Chapter 5. Liking. The principle of affinity. We are more likely to say yes to requests from people we like. Factors like physical attractiveness, similarities, compliments, and cooperative efforts all increase the likelihood of influence. Salespeople often use these to build rapport and make their requests more successful. Key takeaway. People are more likely to be influenced by those they like, making rapport building essential for persuasion. Chapter 6. Authority. The principle of expertise. People tend to obey authority figures, often unquestioningly, because of social conditioning. Symbols of authority, like uniforms or titles, can make someone appear more credible, and Cialdini's experiments show how authority can lead to compliance, even harmful actions. Key takeaway. People are more likely to comply with those who appear to have expertise or authority. Chapter 7. Scarcity. The principle of limited availability. When something is perceived as scarce or in limited supply, its value increases. This principle is used in marketing to create urgency, making people more likely to act quickly out of fear of missing out. Key takeaway. Limited availability increases the desire and urgency to secure something. Conclusion. Defending against influence. Cialdini stresses the importance of being aware of these psychological principles to avoid manipulation. Recognizing when these tactics are being used allows individuals to resist undue influence. Final thoughts. Influence offers a comprehensive exploration of the psychological forces behind persuasion. Cialdini's 6 principles are powerful tools for understanding why people behave the way they do and how to influence them ethically. The book also provides strategies for defending against manipulative tactics, making it essential reading for anyone interested in persuasion and decision-making.